right, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday afternoon. We're on your lunch break. This is the Animated Showdown here on the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel as part of the Animated Anarchy series. This is stage 4, the Gauntlet stage of the Animated Anarchy series. After today, we only have 1 week left, 1 episode of Hour Power, 1 episode of Animated Showdown of stage 4, and then we move into stage 5. Dutchy, joined as always by Money E. Eric, I can't hear you.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All
right. Boy. All right. Sean is also here.
Hello.
And Wildcard Dave.
Yes, sir.
All right. It is a team gauntlet. So it will be Transformers and Street Sharks are going to start. Then SWAT Kats Radical Squadron is going to come in third. Fourth will be G.I. Joe Real American Hero. Fifth will be Mummies Alive. Sixth will be New Kids on the Block. Seventh is the Wild West Cowboys and Meesa. 8 will be Biker Mice from Mars, and Dinosaurs will come in last. 2 shows are going to start. Once one show gets eliminated, the next show will come in. If a show wins the gauntlet, 50 points. If Transformers or Street Sharks run the entire gauntlet, it's 100. If they can sweep the entire gauntlet, 200. If a show wins the gauntlet and they get a bunch of sweeps along the way, it is a 49-point sweep bonus. So we could be heading into top 10 territory. And by the way, the lowest ranked show right now in the top 10 is Paw Patrol with 221. So if anybody can surpass 221 points, they will be in the top 10 rankings at the top 10 shows points wise. I do not have shirts on for this show, but I will have shirts on for next week's shows. So these guys are going to judge based on 5 categories. If a show wins 3-0, 30 points, 3-1 is 20 points, 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. All right. Would anybody like to use their be the randomizer power? Eric, you have 4. Dave, you have 2.
Eric, you have 4. Why not? Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
All right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do?
Overall enjoyment.
Okay.
Fan base.
All right.
No, scratch that. I'm a cultural impact. Sorry.
All right.
Theme.
Okay.
Character development.
And
merch.
All right. Now nothing can be changed because he picked it. Nothing can be changed or vetoed. Dave, what do you think of his selections?
They're okay.
All right. Sean, what do you think?
Not bad. I like it.
All right.
I would have done something different than character development, but besides that, I don't mind them. Like, that's the only one I'm not a huge fan of.
All right. Just for argument's sake, what would you have put in?
Instead of character development?
Yeah.
I might have put animation in there. I might have put memorable moments in there, actually. It's just some of these shows on the list, I just feel like they're static characters. But they do have a little bit of development. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yep.
I think
that was between development and moments. No.
I think with shows like this, it's really hard, especially because a lot of these are coming from the 80s and early 90s. It's very hard unless you are a show that is completely episodic, like a X-Men the animated series or Batman, or that have like their story arcs. It is very hard to have a lot of character development unless like you do like a complete overhaul of a character.
Right.
But I mean, some of these shows, there is like a little bit of development. So
Oh,
it's
for sure.
it's
Even
not
if it's not like necessarily like development of like growth for that character, it might be like growth between like friendship or something like that between characters. So
all right. So the categories are overall enjoyment, cultural impact, theme song, character development, and merch. And we will see. Like I said, it's a 49-point sweep bonus. So somebody can make out like a bandit here. All right. So we got that all straightened out and taken care of. Eric now has 3 more powers that he can use whenever he wants or whenever Dave pressures him into doing it.
see, I told you something might happen this week. You thought it was going to be me doing it. See, the lawyer was at work again. I put it into his mind, guys. Last episode, I said, something might happen.
I thought about it, and then I said, okay, why not?
Well, and the funny thing is, I was listening to last Wednesday's show, and I technically said, Dave, what you can do is you can actually sit him in a room and tell him, use one of your powers. Yep. I said you could persuade him.
Yeah, I did it. I did.
I may have put the idea out there. Not that I'm trying to take credit for anything. I mean, while I'm the host, I could do whatever I want.
That's why I had to think on the fly. That's why I messed up on the fan base and cultural impact.
Yeah.
I meant this.
Well, I put you on the spot. I definitely did, Eric. That peer pressure got to you.
I did think about it after you said something after the Saturday show. So
I was just getting you to use one of your powers, honestly, so I could, get a little bit closer into our, how much we have.
Yeah. All right. So Transformers is going to start up against Street Sharks. Transformers 2-1, 50 points in the division of Daniel Hummer. And Street Sharks in the division of Chris Jacinto, Eric's brother. So my brother versus Eric's brother. Street Sharks is 1-2, 35 points. Both shows are looking to possibly capture division leads. All right. Overall enjoyment is up first. Eric, you used your power. You get to go first.
Ooh, I like both shows. So this is like 50-50 for me, but I'm going to go Street Sharks.
Favoritism of the family kind. All right. Dave, go ahead.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go Transformers. Even though it's a little bit older, I really like the I just really like, the catchphrases, like, seeing that they still kept them in today's type of thing, like, the newer. So, like, hearing it from the original cartoon, it was pretty nice. It was, I think I really enjoyed it because of the nostalgia, and I am a huge fan of Transformers. Didn't really watch a lot of Street Sharks growing up, but Street Sharks just reminded me of like a off-brand Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, they're Ninja Turtles and sharks.
Yeah, exactly. So I just couldn't really get behind that. So for that reason, I went with Transformers.
All right. If you really want to think about it, there's a few shows on here that are basically just rip-offs of Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
In this particular gauntlet, but we'll cover that more later on. Sean, you get to break a tie.
I prefer I enjoyed watching Transformers more than Street Sharks.
All right.
No hate against Street Sharks, but I was more driven to watch Transformers.
Now, Street Sharks is not a bad show. It does have a cult following, which we're going to talk about in cultural impact in a second. Transformers, though, legendary, obviously. Up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep and start their path to a possible win here. We move on to cultural impact. Obviously, we know the impact Transformers has had. Obviously, later on, new shows, movies, they're still relevant to this day. Street Sharks, I talked about them being a Ninja Turtle ripoff. However, 2 years ago, their toy line was re-released as a 30th anniversary. They did 30th anniversary figures, so people still do hold the Street Sharks in some type of regard. Sean, you get to go first.
I'm going Transformers. I think there is still some regard for Street Sharks, but Transformers is already so massive that I don't think Street Sharks could even catch up if they had a reboot.
Right, which I'm pretty sure, well, all cartoons are still talked about to have reboots now. If you guys saw any of the news this week, Hey Arnold is in talks for a reboot.
Ooh.
They always mess it up because they did the Fairly Odd Parents reboot in anime style, and it's awful.
Well, didn't they do the Rugrats reboot in like a computer style animation?
Yeah, it's all awful.
Yeah. So, all right. Eric, go ahead.
Yes, I'm going with Transformers because it's more global and more popular, especially with the 80s babies.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Transformers. I think it has a very vast presence and impact on the culture. So I'm going Transformers.
All right. Transformers is up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep. But we are going to go on to theme song. Now, both shows do have theme songs with words, but which one was better? Dave, go ahead.
Transformers. I think it was really cool. I think it really brings out like the sci-fi type energy. I enjoyed that a little bit more. I don't think Street Sharks was bad. I just think it was a little bit generic.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
I'm going to go Street Sharks. I prefer that a little bit.
All right, Sean, he's making you break another tie.
Let's break a tie again. I'm going Transformers. I just think it's too iconic. Not that Street Sharks isn't, but
more people remember Transformers than they do Street Sharks.
Definitely more recognizable.
Yeah. All right, so Transformers is going to win it 3-0. They're going to get the 30-point win. They are not necessarily going to get a sweep bonus yet because they are on track. They could possibly get 200 points for winning the gauntlet, or for sweeping the gauntlet, I should say, if they get all sweeps here. And we are going to move on now. They are going to now go against Swat Kats, the Radical Squadron. Swat Kats, the Radical Squadron in the division of Liz Yee. And they are 3-0, 90 points. They already have a division lead right now. Hoping to add to it. All right. Overall enjoyment. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, Transformers.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Eric here. Transformers. Something about it makes it really enjoyable.
All right. Sean?
Transformers.
All right, they're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep. We move on to cultural impact. Here's what I'll say about Swat Kats' cultural impact. A lot of people were very upset at the fact that Swat Kats was canceled. We've talked about on the show before, they were canceled because Ted Turner's wife stuck her nose in where it really did not belong. and basically told Ted, "You need to cancel the show. It's too violent." And a lot of people were not happy about that. It was a big hit with people. A lot of kids were upset. And but it is what it is. It is a celebrity wife getting involved in business that she really should not, because they cannot learn to mind their own freaking business. But so SWAT Kats really had that cult following. A lot of people were upset. But who had the bigger cultural impact, Sean?
Transformers. I'll die on that hill.
Well, it's not a bad hill to die on. I mean, yes, there's again, there is an argument that can be made, because a lot of people especially want to see SWAT Kats brought back, and there was a big uproar. Obviously not a big enough uproar to get Ted Turner to change his mind, because you get Ted Turner to change his mind, then Jane Fonda would change her address. And Ted, at that point in 1994, didn't realize he was better off yet. He didn't realize that till 2001.
Rest in peace to Ted Turner.
Huh?
I said rest in peace to Ted.
Oh, yeah. I'm not making fun of him too much. I'm just taking shots at his ex-wife.
I know. I just wanted to say that.
Pew, pew.
But anyway, all right, before I go somewhere that I can't and she sues me for defamation of character, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Sean. I'm going to have to stick with Transformers here.
Feels good.
All right, Eric?
Yep, Transformers is more global and more recognizable.
All right, they're up 2-0. One more, and then they can take another sweep. Theme song. Now, SWAT Kats' theme song does not have words. Obviously, Transformers does. Dave, where are you going here?
I'm going SWAT Kats, actually. I thought their theme song was better.
Because of the beat?
Yeah, it was just like their energy and execution of it, I just thought was just edges it out for me. For the original Transformers theme song, something about it. I think SWAT Kats takes this one.
All right, Eric?
I'm going to go SWAT Kats.
All right. Sean?
I was going to go Transformers.
All right. But SWAT Kats is going to win the category. No sweep is happening. Therefore, Transformers cannot get the 200 point for winning the gauntlet, but they still are on pace for the 100, and the sweep bonuses will actually count now. They can still win it in the next category. Character development and wildcard. Dave, you get to start.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Transformers. There wasn't enough seasons for SWAT Kats to really have major personal arcs or anything like that, and it was pretty much a episodic format anyway. So it was kind of just defeating that monster villain for the week rather than changing the heroes. Where as in Transformers, you get some depth over time, like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Starscream. They change throughout the war. There's betrayal and like burdens of being like the leader that Optimus has to face. So I just feel like there's a lot more development there.
All right. And plus, with SWAT Kats, it's pretty much the same thing. SWAT Kats get called on by the reporter friend. The chief of police hates their guts and basically threatens to have them arrested every time, even though they're helping him because he's a complete idiot. The mayor usually overrides the police chief, and it's the same story. Sometimes a different villain, sometimes not. But Sean, go ahead.
I'm sticking with Transformers.
All right. Eric?
Yep, Transformers.
All right. The Transformers is going to win it 3-1. They are going to move on to the next category. SWAT Kats does not lose any points. So now Transformers moves on to the next battle, which will be a little bit of a tougher one because it is against G.I. Joe Real American Hero.
Yep.
G.I. Joe Real American Hero in the division of John Mealy. And they are 1-2, no points. They've had to deal with back-to-back sweeping losses, so they kept losing their points. But we now start with overall enjoyment. And Sean, I'm starting with you this time.
G.I. Joe. Love that show. Growing up.
Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Sean here. G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero. It is very entertaining. And I had a lot of the action figures growing up and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, so did I. All right. Eric?
I'm sticking to Transformers.
All right. You could have put the whipped cream down, turn your camera back on, and let me know that so you could have gone second.
Oh, I thought Dave was going to go Transformers.
He's called the wild card for a reason.
Yeah, you never know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. G.I. Joe is up 1-0, 2 more in the naked sweep. Cultural impact. Now, this is going to be hard because G.I. Joe has had quite the cultural impact. They've had a couple of movies, and both shows have kind of went head to head for a while.
Oh,
they were two of the biggest powerhouses of the 80s.
Yep.
Only overridden by another show, which sometimes, people might even debate that they're bigger than that other show, even though that show's the number one seed in our series right now. But they went head to head. They were two of the biggest shows in the two of the biggest cartoons in the 80s.
Mind if I go first?
Yeah, go first.
I'm actually gonna go with Transformers here. I just think because following like their trajectories, couldn't pronounce it. But I just feel like, over time, Transformers kept rising and getting bigger and possessing more universal appeal, especially on the global scale. Because G.I. Joe couldn't replicate that. Like G.I. Joe was very successful in like United States and stuff like that because it was heavily tied to the American military. But in other regions, it wasn't.
They weren't selling the merch overseas like they were here.
Yeah, exactly. It had to be heavily rebranded, kind of like the UK did. So it wasn't really G.I. Joe's. American heroes at that point. So I'm going Transformers just because the global reach and the regional popularity type deal. I think Transformers has this just by a slight edge.
All right. Sean, what do you think?
I actually agree with Dave. I was picking Transformers.
All right. Eric?
Yep, Transformers because of the global impact.
All right, they're tied 1-1. No sweep is going to happen here, but we move on now to theme song. Again, both shows have words. Eric, go ahead.
Ooh. I think I'm going to go G.I. Joe here.
All right.
The American theme, though.
Yeah. All right. Sean?
G.I. Joe.
All right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with these guys. G.I. Joe. Something about it, boots on the ground, that how they made it sound. It's just really tied in well with the show.
Yep.
All right, they're up 2-1. One more, and then they can sweep it. Character development. Now, both shows really did have, again, we talked about, some of these shows really didn't have it. These shows kind of did because they did develop their own story arcs. Dave?
I'm gonna go with Transformers here. I feel like they have deeper backstories for a lot of their characters. I feel like they go through real significant change over time. Sometimes even switching sides. From being, on the bad side to the good side, or vice versa. And I feel like they face like permanent loss and actual trauma compared to like GI Joes, where most of the roles are constantly there. Nobody really dies off like that. And I feel like some of the roles, like not all of them, but like some of the roles, like Snake Eyes, he always kind of stays the same. He's always quiet and brave. And, the Cobra Commander, he's always, very greedy, angry type guy. So like, I feel like those guys kind of stay the same, but there is like depth with certain characters. I just feel like not as many as Transformers.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, I'm going Transformers.
Okay. Sean?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right. 2-2. We go to the last category. By the way, it's merch. This one's definitely hard because you're looking at two of the biggest merch powerhouses of the decade of the 80s and even heading into the 90s. And even still to this day, I think they're still selling a lot of stuff.
Ooh,
And they're two of the most expensive toy lines, too.
Wow.
All right. Go ahead, Eric.
Oof. I'm going to go Transformers because of the global reach.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I think Transformers takes this one by a slight margin.
Very slight, but I do agree.
'Cause
Dave?
I feel like G.I. Joe isn't as relevant today.
Not as relevant today, and a lot of the stuff they sell today, like they still do have figures out there, but a lot of them are like re-releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they are like at the point to where some of their stuff from back in the day is really valuable. Now, as been proven on the show multiple times, you could care less about valuable, especially when they're going against X-Men. But still, all right, Dave, go ahead.
I feel like Eric hit it on the head here when he said the global reach. Just because the factor that the restrictions that GI Joe had, getting outside of the U.S. I feel like that gives Transformers the edge here.
All right, well. Transformers is going to win it 3-2. They're going to get 10 points. G.I. Joe is going to get 5. Transformers is going to move on to take on Mummies Alive. Mummies Alive is in the division of Lisa Skelly. Again, as I know her, Aunt Lisa, and as Daniel Hummer also knows her, Aunt Lisa. So we got an aunt and nephew getting ready to go at it here. They're 1-2, no points. Overall enjoyment is what we're starting with, Sean.
Transformers. When comparing the two, I preferred, I enjoyed Transformers more.
All right, fair enough. All right, Eric?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right, Dave?
Autobots roll out. I'm going Transformers.
All right. Cultural impact. Dave?
I don't think this one's close at all. Transformers.
Well, yeah, I don't think so either. But Sean, go ahead.
Transformers.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, Transformers.
All right, they're up 2-0. One more, and then they can take another sweep, possibly get themselves another 49-point sweep bonus. It is theme song. Both shows obviously had theme songs with words in it. Eric, go ahead.
I'm gonna stick with Transformers.
All
May
right.
I go next?
Yeah, you may.
I'm gonna go with Mummy's Live theme song. I feel like it's low-key a banger.
I would agree with that. The only thing that kind of turns me off it is it sounds way too similar to Creepy Crawler's theme song.
Okay, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah.
So that's the only thing that would make, because it's just way too. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Danny Phantom's theme song, because of the line "Gotta catch 'em all." In my opinion, "Gotta catch 'em all" belongs to one show.
Fair.
Yep.
Even though I would rather get poked in both my eyes than watch that one show, it "Gotta catch 'em all" that line belongs in the theme song of only one show, and it should not be ripped off. But all right, Sean, you get to break a tie here.
I think I'm gonna go with Transformers.
All right. So they're gonna win it again. They're gonna win it 3-0. They're gonna take another sweep bonus. Hopefully they can hold on, or maybe they can hold on to it. Who knows? All right, this next one could get ugly.
Oh boy.
It's already ugly.
Hey, G.I. Joe had them on the ropes.
No, I'm saying like this matchup. Just the names together is ugly.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna take on New Kids on the Block, 1 and 2, no points in the division of John Mealy. If New Kids on the Block can pull off some upsets here, they could possibly take a division lead from Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And I could possibly look good in a thong. That's the high probability.
Bad attitude, and you won't look good.
All right. Well,
Gotta be confident.
All I know, I'm confident that would cut off the circulation in certain parts of my body.
Well, you just gotta buy the appropriate size.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
All right. Now that we've gone off the rails here, this is why AI says that Sean and I are a perfect match. All right.
Yeah.
We start with overall enjoyment, and Sean, we're going to start with you.
Transformers.
I feel like
the
that's
old kid on the block. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I feel like that's just a duh. All right. Eric?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right, Dave?
I'm calling it right now. This is sweep and Transformers.
All right. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep. Cultural impact. Now, if we're talking about New Kids on the Block as New Kids on the Block, the boy band, there might be a different case. The show only went 15 episodes, and it wasn't that good. Even though I enjoyed it when I was a kid, but I was also 4 and extremely stupid. So, all right, Dave, you get to go first.
Key thing. The only thing that changed was his age. No, I'm playing. But Transformers.
Thing is, he's really not lying.
We all have our moments.
You're not stupid.
I just had I don't ever really take shots at Dutchie, so you set me up perfect there.
Yeah, I set you up for it, and it's also too. It's just like I'm not even going to argue, because it's just like, well, I do have my moments. So,
we all do.
But the only thing is that like I enjoyed the show when I was 4. I can't watch it now. I've tried. I've had to because I've had to judge episodes where it's a part of a battle.
Yeah, it's terrible. Whoever put this on here, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
So that would be me. So your statement might be true. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Transformers.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, Transformers.
All right, they're up 2-0. One more, and then they could sweep. We move on to theme song. All right, New Kids on the Block theme song was actually one of their actual songs. My opinion, probably the best song they've ever done. But Dave, go ahead.
Well, their best song still isn't good enough to compete with Transformers.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily going that route, but I was just saying.
No, I was just doing it to put them down.
Did
That's
Eric
it.
turn the camera
No.
off to rip off his New Kids on the Block poster off the wall?
Yeah, look at his posters gone from the back. Look at.
Sean, and the lights off, thinking we wouldn't notice.
yeah, he's
All
gone.
right. Eric, you got called out, so you get to go next.
I'm going New Kids on the Block.
See?
Yeah, look at this guy.
You know that was just done because, again, Sean, he hates you.
Yeah, I
So
know.
he's
but it's
making you
funny
break a
because
tie.
He had to
I mean, at least you could
off
take a
the
shot
wall.
as it's happening. So
Yeah. I mean, he ripped the poster off the wall, and I'm taking him out of this competition. I'm going Transformers.
all right.
Get him out of here. Put him in a body bag.
Not even push him off a cliff and let him go.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Maybe they should have been part. Maybe they should have been part of the They Suck Gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really. Yeah.
You should have flip flopped this and the one that actually won.
Like I don't even know why they made that show.
because New Kids on the Block was very popular at the time.
So they're just trying to capitalize.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know the rap duo Kid and Play?
No.
I'm trying to think. They had one famous song. What the hell movie were they in? House Party. Is the one guy like his hair stands like straight up, but it's like perfect, like straight up.
I feel like I remember.
Anyway, they were a rap duo in the 90s and they got a show because they had a hit song, just one. And they got a show.
Jeez Louise.
All right. Be that as it may, they're done. So now Wild West Cowboys and Meesa comes in to try to take their shot.
They're going to have to shoot far and high.
All right. Wild West Cowboys and Meesa, 2-1, 30 points in the division of Mike Burns. All right, we're going to start overall enjoyment, Eric.
Transformers, all the way.
All right, Dave.
Transformers. There's more to enjoy as well.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, Transformers.
All right, they're up 1-0, two more, and then they can sweep. Cultural impact. Wild West Cowboys, not necessarily. They're another one of those shows that I feel like were kind of a ripoff of Ninja Turtles, except for the fact that everybody in the show was a cow, like an actual cow, not a.
What are you trying to say, Doug?
I was trying to correct what what everybody thought I was trying to say. I was all right. Well, I take my foot out of my mouth. Or anyway, Sean, go ahead.
Transformers.
All right, Dave.
Transformers all the way.
Eric.
Yep, Transformers.
All right, they're up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep. Theme song is the next category. Again, both shows had songs with words in it. Eric, go ahead.
I'm gonna go cowboy, just to keep it a little interesting here.
All right. Sean?
Transformers.
All right, Dave, you get to either send Meesa home or you get to keep him alive for another round.
Honestly, I think they punch way above their weight class here. With their opener, I'm going the Cowboys of Meesa.
Wow.
It really is a catchy song, though.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It can be an earworm.
Yeah, it's not.
Sean's just like, eh. All
That's the
right.
only cowboy that I like.
Wow. That was a statement.
Yeah, that was one heck of a statement, Eric. You might want to retract that. You still have time.
Yeah, because all the John Wayne and Clint Eastwood fans are probably going to come after you.
You don't have to worry about the Dallas Stars, though. They won't hit a thing.
I'll stick
They
with my
can even
statement.
find their way out of the locker room.
He's sticking with his statement, folks. You heard it here first, live.
I think most people know what I meant.
We gave him the option to make it right, and he just went full.
It's
Yeah,
the
he
Cowboys
just-
from
Dave just sounded like
Dallas.
Nathan Lane.
Is that good or bad?
No, I happen to like Nathan Lane. So
Oh, okay.
I was just saying the way he just said that, it was like it was a cross between Nathan Lane and
Whoa.
Stuart Smalley from
That was my broadcasting voice.
You're
Yeah.
coming at my boy all wrong.
All right. That was Christopher Walken. All right. So we move on to the next category, which is character development. Transformers can take it here and get a 20-point win. Who had better character development, Dave?
I think Transformers had much better character development. Like I said, they have like deep arcs, they have deep lore and background stories. I just feel like they have it.
All right. Sean?
Transformers.
All right. Eric?
Transformers.
All right. Transformers is going to win it 3-1. They're going to get 20 points out of the deal. And now Transformers is going to move on to the next battle, which is against Biker Mice from Mars in the division of Kathy Bianco. And they are
Another inspired wake of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, pretty much. All right, but they're 0-3, but they have 10 points. Let's see if they can get any more, but we start with overall enjoyment. Dave, go ahead.
Transformers. Definitely enjoyed that a bit more.
All right. Sean?
Transformers.
Eric?
Transformers.
All right.
More than meets the eye.
All right. Cultural Impact is up next. Eric, go ahead.
Transformers. As I keep saying, global reach.
Yeah. I mean, Biker Mice from Mars was on the air for 3 years, but they never quite got there. All right. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's mega. It's huge. It's Transformers.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right. They are up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep. Theme song. Biker Mice from Mars really didn't have words in their theme song, but Sean, who had the better song?
Transformers.
All right, Dave.
Oh man, I don't know. This one's tough for me, but I'm not really a huge heavy metal guy, so I'm gonna go with Transformers.
Okay. All right, Eric.
Yeah, this was 50-50, but I'm going to go Transformers.
All right, they take another sweep. So they are going to win it 3-0, 30 points. So Biker Mice from Mars is going to lose 10. And Transformers is right now, they got themselves another sweeping bonus. If they survive this last show, then they are going to keep all their sweeping bonuses. They are now going against the last entrant in here, Dinosaucers. This could get ugly.
What are you talking about? Dinosaur Saucers is literally the best show to ever come out.
They're 0-3, negative 30 points in the division of Kathy Bianco.
Let's stay that same age is like they're 0-3, negative 3.
Yeah. So
This is great.
overall enjoyment. All right. You made the statement. Go ahead.
Transformers.
You wuss.
Definitely more enjoyable.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Transformers.
All right. They are up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep. Cultural impact, Sean.
Transformers.
I think this one's really close.
Eric, go ahead.
Definitely
Yeah.
topic 5.
Yeah, they're only outscaled by billions and billions, but Transformers.
All
But it's
right.
pretty close though.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Eric?
The Transformers.
All right. They're up 2-0. 1 more, and then they can sweep. Theme song is the next category. And Dinosaucers, like, they had a theme song with words, but Dave, who had the better song?
I'm gonna go Dinosaucers. It was upbeat. It was funky. It was different.
All right. Sean?
Transformers.
All right. Eric, is this going another round, or are we stopping here?
Transformers.
All right.
I tried to throw him a bone. I tried.
So now Dinosaucers ends up with negative 40 points.
Ouch. Ooh.
All
They
right.
tried.
Transformers is going to go ahead. They run the entire gauntlet, but they didn't sweep it. But but they are going to get some sweep bonuses here. So now math time. They have, huh?
They're only hitting the wall with G.I. Joe.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit against G.I. Joe. All right. So they got, obviously, they got 8 wins, but they got, let's see.
7 sweeps.
Hold
Or 6
on.
sweeps.
They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweeps. 5 sweeps. So they get 40. So they get 5 49-point bonuses.
That's 245. 49 times 5. So.
245 points and a sweep bonus.
Yep.
So now, so they get that plus the 5 30-point wins. So that's 150. So screw this. I'm using the damn calculator. All right. 245 plus 150. So that's 395. All right. Plus 20, 40, plus 40, plus 10, plus the 100 for winning the thing. So 545 points is what they get all together. 545 All right, so they moved to 10-1. 540 plus. All right. So, oh lordy, they're the 1 seed.
Yep.
595 points.
Wow. And we thought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was up big.
We thought they hit the upper echelon.
All about the bonus points.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks of Showdown, the bonus points have been 47 and 49.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they got quite a few sweeps in there. They got it done. So now this Saturday on Animated Hour of Power, it is the running out of ideas for themes gauntlet. Star Wars droids and Animaniacs are going to start. She-Ra Princess of Power will come in third. Bugs Bunny Show fourth. Wacky Races fifth. Spawn sixth. Inspector Gadget seventh. Star Trek the Animated Series eighth. Heathcliff ninth. Now, next Wednesday is the last gauntlet in stage 4. So it is called the Last Ones Left Gauntlet. I sent it to you gentlemen earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it off. Samurai Jack and Action League Now are going to start. Count Duckula will come in third. Coming in fourth will be Family Guy. Fifth will be Tailspin. Sixth will be Mr. Bean, the animated series. Seventh will be Brave Star. Coming in eighth will be Tiny Toon Adventures. And last will be Tasmania.
Ooh.
All right, who do we think is the favorite in this one?
Tiny Toons.
That's a good pick, Eric. Tiny Toons is
All
a
right.
good pick.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you think? Who's the favorite in this one?
Sorry, I was muted. Tiny Toon.
All right.
I do
So-
like Taz as an underdog, though.
It could be. I mean, Samurai Jack, I mean, depending on the category, Samurai Jack could probably run this thing.
Possibly.
Yeah. I'm not using my power next week.
Well, fine. Dave, you got work to do. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. But next week for both shows, 4 Hour of Power and 4 Showdown, I will have shirts. I'll have 7 shirts for Saturday, 6 shirts for next Wednesday. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/When Tunes Combine. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast YouTube channel this Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Will be the return of Settle It in the Ring. It'll be Clineth versus myself debating who is better between Roman Reigns and Sting. He'll be debating for Roman Reigns. I'll be debating for Sting. Danielle, who's going to make a return to the show, and Eric will be judges. So make sure to tune into that. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to Money E's Unscripted Sports Show. You can find them on Twitch at TCX Money E, on Instagram at Money E_6pack picks. You're going to find the Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCX Gotset 95. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Stabcast with Dangle and Mindy. Also, make sure to join the Dizzleverse Twitch streams. They have been doing a lot of. He's been doing a lot of streaming lately. So, and like I said, next week we'll end Stage 4. Stage 5 will be coming up soon, and these guys should have matches announced shortly. So, all right, we will see everybody Saturday for Animated Hour of Power.
Peace, everybody.